Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the world of home automation with me, your host, Paul Hibbert. Today is part 2 of a 3-part tutorial, but don't switch off if you haven't seen part 1, it doesn't matter. You don't have to do these in any particular order. What we're doing is we're creating a home alarm system using Alexa and a tablet, and what we're doing is we're using the amazing Tasker I sound like a magician. We're using Tasker to create two things. First of all, we want a sequence which is going to set the lights on to scare the burglar. And the second thing we're going to do is have it speak to the burglar using a WAV file. So the tablet will play a WAV file via Bluetooth, so it sounds as if Alexa is speaking to the burglar. Enjoy. So the end goal here is to have the lights turn on and to have the Echo Dot say a bunch of things that scare the burglar away. We're going to achieve that using a tablet, which is waiting for motion thanks to our last tutorial, and when it detects motion, it's going to cause a notification, which in turn causes Tasker to do the following things. First of all, trigger the RM plugin to switch the lights on, and second of all, to trigger a WAV file, which is going to play over Bluetooth and scare the burglars away via the Echo Dot. Now you can have Alexa say absolutely anything you want. All you've got to do is record her saying the things that you want her to say. To get her to say something, all you've got to do is say, Alexa, Simon says, followed by whatever it is you want her to say, and she'll repeat it back to you. Now this can be an awkward process, and so I've included the WAV files in the description below if you'd like to use them. Okay, so if you've downloaded the Tasker app off the marketplace, you just need to launch Tasker. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the settings and then preferences and go to the miscellaneous tab and just tick this box, allow external access. This means that Tasker can now be controlled by other applications. And this can be thought of in the same way as if this then that. So we can create profiles, which are ifs, and we can create tasks, which are that's. So if something happens in one of these profiles, then perform one of these tasks. You can create as many tasks and as many profiles as you like, and you can link individual profiles to individual tasks. So the first thing I'm going to do is create a task. So in the Tasks tab, go to the plus button, and I'm going to call this one Scare Burglar. I need to create an action. I'm going to click that plus symbol. I'm going to choose Media, and I'm going to choose Music Play, because I want it to play a WAV file. I can now search for the WAV file. I've already downloaded my WAV file to my download folder on my Android device. I basically put it in my Google Drive folder on my PC, and I downloaded it from Google Drive. So I'm just looking in here for unauthorized access, which is the WAV file that I created. And then if I go back and press play, I should see what it does.
You are trespassing on private property. The proprietor has been notified of your unauthorized access. The police are on the way. Evacuate immediately. Great, so that does exactly what I want. So I'm going to go back out. I've now got a task called Scare Burglar. I'm now going to create an if statement, a profile if you like, by going to the Profiles tab and then clicking the plus button. I'm going to choose Event because I want it to be an event that triggers my action. I'm now going to go to UI and notification, because I want it to be that whenever a Manything notification appears on this tablet, it's going to automatically trigger my action. So I could have it now, if I just press back, it will save it so that any notification will trigger it. What I want to do though is specify it that the Manything app is the notifications that we're interested in, not just any notification. So I just choose the Manything app, and now any notification coming from the Manything app will trigger my burglar scaring task. Or at least it will when I choose it. So it now gives me the option to either create a new task that will be triggered by this profile, or I can choose an existing task, which is Scare Burglar. Choose my existing task, and we're away. So if I now go back home and then open up Manything, I can test that this works. So very simple. I've already configured the Manything app. See the previous tutorial if you've not seen it already. And so I'm going to manually just turn it on just to see if it works, and I'm going to wave my camera about. There we go. You are trespassing on private property. The proprietor has been notified of your unauthorized access. The police are on the way. Evacuate immediately.
Great, so I can see that works. Simple as that. Okay, so this next bit is of course optional. You don't have to have your lights come on to scare the burglar away, but I think it's a nice touch. So I'm going to open Tasker. You can actually get it from your top menu now that it's loaded. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our existing profile, which says if a Manything notification occurs, then scare the burglar with a wave file. If I open up the right-hand side of that, scare burglar side of it, you can see it says it's going to play an unauthorized access.wav, and that's all it's going to do. If I click the little plus at the bottom here, I can add further actions for it to take, so I can get it to do more than one thing should my trigger happen. So I'm going to click the plugin button here, and I'm going to choose RM plugin. Now, if you're not familiar with the RM plugin, you're going to want to see this video here. This will show you how to set up the RM plugin to control devices, lights, and switches in your premises. If you've watched my previous videos already, all we're going to do is we're going to click this configuration button here, this little edit icon, and it will take us into the RM plugin, which you'll be familiar with already if you've been following me. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to selected code, and all we're going to do is pick a code from here for what we want to happen. So I want the music room to come on. So if you're not familiar with my videos, again, these are things that I've created in my previous tutorials. So this particular action switches all of my music room switches on, so all my lights come on. So I'm going to OK that. And I'm just going to tick the box, and then you can see there it says configuration, send music room on from, and then some Chinese writing because the Broadlink RM Pro is very Chinese indeed. So I'm going to go back, and you can see now there are now two actions. One is play the unauthorized access.wav, and the second is switch all the music room on. And if I press the play button here, what should happen is I should hear the wave file play from my tablet, and I should see my lights come on in my music room, so I'm going to test it.
You are trespassing on private property. The proprietor has been notified of your unauthorized access. The police are on the way. Evacuate immediately.
Excellent. So I can confirm that my music room all switched on simultaneously there too. So I know that it works, and being as I've already tested that the trigger does in fact trigger this task, I'm satisfied that that's all set up. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Join me again for part 3, where I'll be showing you how you can disable the alarm when you come home using either your voice or an NFC tag. In the meantime, please remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time.